what are we willing to let go of? If God's wanting to bring something into our lives, a lot of times we have to give up to go up, and we have to be willing to let go in order to let God. And when we are seeking a closer walk with Him, and we are looking for His ways and not ours, and we are being led by the Lord in our lives, it's not uncommon for God to call us out to go to a place where we've never been before. It's not uncommon for God to disrupt our life in such a way to cause us to have to rely on Him. Through the times and the seasons in this world, we've all faced hardships, change. We've lost loved ones. We've lost friends. There are so many things that happen in this world that totally shake us to our core, to our foundation. And if God is for us, then who can be against us? Sometimes we don't realize that God is for us. Sometimes we look at the circumstances and what's changing and what's being taken away and how this is affecting us, and we forget that God is working on our behalf. So if we're asking God to bring into our lives a fullness and His will, if we're asking the Lord, your will be done, then we have to be willing to let go of what we know to embrace what we don't know, because opportunity is like a new horizon. Opportunity is a new level. Opportunity is a new fill in the blank. And anything new brings a certain level of anxiety, a certain level of, because it's the unknown. It can bring a little bit of fear with it. We fear maybe what we don't know, what we don't understand. We don't know what this is leading to, and why would God allow this to happen, and where is God in all of this? But He's calling us to go forward, to go through, and to go with Him. And instead of fighting against whatever the change is, maybe embrace it and ask God to help you to grow. And if we're growing, then we're going. And if we're going, we're going to face new places, new people. We're going to face new levels. You don't want to be the same for all of your life. That's not growth. That's not God. When God called Abraham and He told him to leave the land that his fathers had known and where he had been raised, and to leave all that he knew and to go to a place that he didn't know, and he didn't really know where God was calling him to. He just told him the direction, and he went in faith. And that also reminds me that as we use these expressions like, hey, I'm trusting God, I'm believing God, that has to be mixed with obedience. There's no way that we're trusting God or that we're obeying God there's no way that we're trusting God or believing God if we aren't obeying God. Obedience has to be mixed in. If God is calling us, we have to be obedient. We have to obey. We have to take steps of faith. It's okay to be afraid or to be anxious, to be uncertain, but these are the things that we go to God in prayer with, and He helps us. He relieves our fears, and He gives us His peace for our anxiety. He turns our sorrow into joy. But these things don't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes a while. It's a process, but God is growing us. So if you're growing, don't be surprised if you're in an uncomfortable position right now. Don't be surprised if God hasn't called you into a place that you don't know. The people, the place, the things that God's calling you to, the adversity, the change, all these things are working in your behalf, causing you to grow. Have faith and be encouraged and know that God's calling you, and that you must go forward, you must go through, and you must be with God. And this may look like a brand new day,